Well, everyone, we have a great video for you today. Another spooky tier list ranking some of the best horror movie characters of all time. I am your KKW champion, Birdman.
And I might be the Raven.
And of course, this is Krazy. Klowns. Subscribe to join the Soul Chris okay? Because we are badass. And also watch part 1 if you haven't. Because we're going to reference part 1 probably. And you can see part 1 though in the background. And if you are questioning our choices, then watch part 1. Don't just insult us in the comments.
Please insult us in the comments.
Yeah, it'll help us with the algorithm either way. Let's do this thing.
Regan. Or Pazuzu.
Whichever you prefer. We won't judge you.
Regan appears in a few of the movies. And I gotta say though, while seeing Regan or Pazuzu, whatever, in real life, that'd be pretty fucking terrifying, especially with all the levitation and shit. But once Pazuzu is like possessing her, there's not much killing or anything going on.
Also, it makes it less scary once possession actually happens. Especially like, I watched Conjuring for the first time recently, and comparing the two possessions and stuff like that, I don't know. Yes, I know one is newer than the other, more effects and stuff like that, but not just that, it's just like the whole history with, you know, the different entities and the whole thing where one kills more than the other. Like, the whole point of the Conjuring movies is once you're possessed, you kill your child. When Regan was possessed, she pissed herself.
Yeah, plus, I mean, you're pretty, like, safe, I mean, like, one or two people die, but I think the one dude kills himself, though.
Yeah, it's more like how if you can deal with possession or not. And, you know, the average person might be a little bit like, oh, fuck.
What I was saying is more is not you being possessed, but you seeing this and stuff.
Which requires you to also live with someone. Which, if you're alone, no one will really get possessed.
And just don't fuck with Ouija boards.
It's really easily avoidable. Also, Pazuzu, that's like the least scary name on this list. Come on.
Plus, like, I'm not saying, like, no one will believe this. But if, like, say, like, with the other ones, we talked a lot about the myth to them. If you hear about this, like, urban legend and shit, and that you too can be possessed by Pazuzu, most people won't fucking believe it. Most people already don't believe possessions, exorcists, and Ouija boards.
Less people also get possessed in The Exorcist compared to, like, these other possession movies, and less people get affected by it. Like, if that was just, like, a, like, small family, you know, I don't know, I would say it's pretty low, because we don't get mad. Norman Bates is also pretty low. What do you think?
Talking about this in a real life scenario, I gotta say, compared to these other ones especially, it has to be at least around Norman Bates.
I think an E, because also it's not that scary. We also have to compare Regan to all these other people and the other standards we've had for them. And also, come on, like, the character talks to her like, oh, fuck him, like, that's not that scary. Like, I get in that time that the movie was made, it was like, oh my god, this is in a movie. But in modern standards, no.
Okay, we're gonna go with an E, at least for now.
It kind of feels like it should be lower, but we have to remember, the possession for the person also is probably like, oh fuck. So we'll keep it as an E.
And plus, like, F is for, like, really lame.
Yeah, it's not lame, you know, but I don't know, though. If you really compare the scenes where it's just like, fuck.
Okay, we're going with E for now.
Yeah, we'll keep it E. I won't install it anymore, because then they're gonna be mad. Next character. Jigsaw, the Jigsaw killer.
Pretty solid material to start with, just by looking at it generically.
Also, it's a regular dude killing all these people. And yeah, he does a bit of a chance, but his chances also torture people, even probably more than Freddy Krueger, because that's like a lot of physical torture. I guess Freddy Krueger might do it more mentally, but I don't know, for like 10 minutes span these, you know, games last, that's pretty bad.
Plus, he also has like the one thing where he gets all these followers and shit. I mean, that has to be like a solid bonus for this fucker.
Also, in real life, which this movie does take place in, he's like this world-renowned dude, like at least America renowned. Like everyone's talking about him. Like this is pretty important stuff going on right here.
Like I don't know if you would have the urban legend as everyone else, but imagine the news headlines, because this could go on for years. Just imagine this.
Also, he manages to do all this while dying. And also, urban legend, no, but Ted Bundy and all those people like that are still talked about to this day. Like, imagine all the Netflix documentaries and stuff like that. He also, we're going by kill counts, is really, really high. Especially if we go by other people mentioned to have been killed.
And all the people done by his followers, I gotta say, those are still his kills.
Yes, because he's inspiring more kills.
Plus, he's making a lot of the plans for them. Plus, imagine if you're in these scenarios. You're fucking going to be terrified.
Also, it's basically like a 99% death rate. And, you know, he's probably going to be, like, really renowned and all this stuff. Like, there's a lot of standards you have to go by that he's going to probably be, like, remembered in history and inspire people for decades.
I gotta say, he might have to be yet another A.
Yeah, the only reason I would say is an A and not an S is because he is not killing. He is torturing.
Plus, he has a lot of limitations.
Yes. You also have to be relatively near him. Like, the average person won't be killed. Like, if you think about this in real life, you just wouldn't go to the state or anything.
Plus, you have to be like, he has to pick you and shit. Let's just rank him.
A.
A.
It's not bad to be an A. Next character. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We had to do this one because when you search Crazy Clowns, this stuff comes up. And it's a pretty well-renowned movie. All the clowns count into one singular vote right here.
They got a lot of shit at their disposal.
I haven't seen the movie in a while, but none of the clowns ever died or really get stopped. They kind of just go away. Like, unlike these other movies, your goal isn't to stop them. It's to save your friends from, like, the cotton candy cocoons and stuff like that. You really aren't going to go and stop them. Like, you really can't. They're pretty much, despite their look, at a Mike Myers or Jason level of unstoppable.
Plus, people are already afraid of clowns. Just imagine coming into contact with these.
Also, unlike anything else, there is absolutely no limitations for this character. Jigsaw, you might have to be in a state, or like Jason still has to travel. All these characters have to travel, besides maybe Freddy, Samara, and the alien. These clowns, they can go anywhere. Not just in America. They can go anywhere in the universe, which is only thing can be the xenomorphs can be compared to. You just go after anyone, really.
Plus, aren't they eating everyone?
If I remember correctly, it's been a while. I have to say they might have to be an S tier. They may not be as famous as anyone else. They may be like a culty little movie. You may not be scared of them whatsoever. But you have to imagine, most of these characters are bigger than the humans.
Plus, these rankings are for these in real life, not ranking the movies, so.
And also, unlike the xenomorphs who are in a futuristic timeline where, you know, we're in space and stuff like that, this takes place in a modern setting where we don't know if aliens are real. So imagine the public scare if people were to find out, which is the only problem with them, is no one knows about them. They only kill and then they take the people and everyone's like, oh, well, these people are missing, what the fuck? But that might also add some scale. But we never see anyone, like, telling anyone about the aliens, you know what I mean? But they are aliens, just so you know.
I mean, this also has one up on the xenomorph, as you were talking about. See, these come to you. You have to go to the xenomorph, so that might actually take the Xenomorph kind of down a little bit if you really look at it.
Only reason it does not is because Xenomorph has an unstoppable army, an army of people. We have never seen the Killer Klowns go against, like, bigger weapons like the Xenomorph has. And I'm sure the Killer Clown army is also smaller than the Xenomorph. By technicality, you may not like it, but I think it has to be an S.
I gotta say, it has to be an A in my mind. I feel like there's just, you see 3 or 4, maybe 5 goof around a town for a night. I feel like they can be stopped.
But we don't see anyone stop them
that we remember.
So it might have to be an S. They're big, they're strong. There is no way we know of on the top of our heads that can stop them. They have that creepy aspect that we, at least if we remember correctly, want to eat you and stuff like that. I think they have to be in S tier.
God, this is the weirdest ranking ever.
No, they have the most range than anyone in this list. Unlike the alien, who you have to stumble upon, they go to you. It has to be an S tier in my mind.
Well, if you're so sorry about us, we'll go with us.
Next character.
And now Carrie.
Carrie has a lot of powers. Kills a lot of people if we were going by it. At least if you're assumable deaths, it's pretty high. It basically kills the entire high school at that dance.
Or at least could have if she really wanted to. Even if she didn't kill him, she could have killed him.
Without much trying, basically.
I mean, yeah, she wasn't trained in any of this when she was doing that shit.
Nope. But a lot of these characters have met a gun. Even Jaws Shark has probably met a gun, harpoons and stuff like that. Carrie, if met a gun, maybe she can move the bullets or something. I think Carrie could easily be stopped, though, which is the only problem I would say about Carrie is we don't know the limitations of the powers. There could be limitations, and I think she can be easily stopped. If she's distracted, at least.
I mean, if you look at the bottom tier people so far, Norman Bates, Regan, these 3 can really be stopped with a fucking gun.
And also pretty easy to avoid, which we were starting to judge a lot about stoppability, scariness, and stuff like that.
Also, before anyone notes, yes, you can stop Jigsaw with a gun too, but he's not near you when he's doing these things.
Yes, you have to find him. Carrie would probably be easy to find.
Plus, may not go after you, actually, if you really look at that.
Yes, we gotta go by it. She might have pretty much unlimited power. But we don't know what Carrie does really after. There might be things. We only saw one Carrie movie. I think there's like 2 or 3.
She dies.
Oh. How does she die again?
She collapses like the whole house and stuff.
Oh, so she can easily destroy herself. She cannot control her powers. I don't know, though. I think it has to at least be a C, because if you did come in contact with Carrie, you could die. But
plus, she has the power. The powers are good, and if she wanted to, she could kill you.
But she can also kill herself because she doesn't know what she's doing. So we gotta go by that. I think a C, though. We can't go lower than that.
Okay, I want to go with C, because if this was real life and somebody starts, like, tossing shit around the room, screaming at you, that's going to be pretty terrifying. And she does kill the mom. I do know at least that. She does kill the mom, if I'm correct. And if she wanted to, she can kill a lot of people. And with very little effort.
But also, that little effort is what hurts her in the end, because she's easily stopped to the point that her using her own powers stops herself.
Plus, if you have a gun at the ready, I'm pretty sure she seems distracted enough that you could probably shoot her. No one had a gun in the movie confronting her, so she could be stopped.
Yeah, I think C. Next character. Sam from Trick or Treat! A really good movie. But most stuffs in that movie have nothing to do with him. He may get a few bonus points because he's one of those people that is like a timeless person, doesn't die. We don't really know if he can.
Plus, look at the urban legend factor that was brought up numerous times, which, once again, like, people like Carrie, Norman may not have. So maybe he has to be a little bit higher than them.
But he also probably only goes out on Halloween. He probably only stays in this town. But in bonus points for him, he can reattach his limbs.
Once he is killing you, he is unstoppable. And I did hear, at least in some people's, how they describe it, he is basically in control. Or at least is has to do with all the other killings. Possibly, I don't know if we can count that into effect though.
I don't think we technically can. And also we have to remember, if you follow the rules of Halloween, you can easily prevent him.
He is basically the spirit of vengeance for Halloween.
He does walk near characters, and no one is scared of him.
So he can kill you whenever he wants.
But he won't. Only fight we've ever seen him physically get into was with an old dude. And the old dude stands toe to toe. The old dude loses. But he also doesn't kill the old dude. He doesn't kill anyone that we can 100% guarantee.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, if you do break those rules, I mean, I think he has an extra bonus. Like, because maybe Norman also has this, because that's how he gets people in the movie. Sam, you don't know that he's there if he is indeed, like, no movie exists in this universe. If he's walking near you on Halloween, you don't know. And I think he probably has a lot more powers than what we are seeing.
But he's the easiest to stop if you go by just following Halloween rules. And he can only attack you one night of 365 nights of the year.
I think it kind of seems like if you show remorse, be like, and oh look, no, see, look, Jack-o'-lantern's lit. Now maybe he might be like, okay, yeah.
Pretty much, it seems like the only thing he wants is for you to celebrate Halloween, which is really the only thing that dude has to actually do is celebrate Halloween.
I mean, if you look at it though, people find Krampus terrifying. He is basically the Krampus or Krampus, whatever you want to pronounce it, of Halloween.
I just don't think in the movie standards, we can't 100% say he killed any of those people. So, the other people that may not be involved with, we have to say they just did it on their own. They're more fucked up than him. I think he has to, I think he has to be a D.
I think I would have to say D as well if we're going by not being biased.
And we're going also probably by a little bit of the standard that he is coming after you, which means you're kind of fucked. But at the same time, he can only come after you one day of the year, which is the biggest limitation of any of these characters, which hurts him massively. Even if he was in S tier, he would have gone down at least 3 or 4. So I think he has to just be a D. Next character.
The Creeper.
I don't know if the Creeper is the scariest. But I
would... Oh, wait, sorry. 1 second, I got the wrong art, okay?
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, that Creeper, he's kind of easy to stop if you just have a diamond sword. I don't know where you would get one in real life.
Or let him blow himself up.
True.
Force limitation, I believe it's 7 years that he comes out and he feasts.
I think it's 20-something years.
I think you're thinking of Pennywise.
Maybe. I haven't seen either movie in a long time. Okay. He's pretty unstoppable.
Plus, the truck alone, that if you know about this, if say urban legend wise, that truck drives by you, maybe you're like, oh god. Plus, or maybe he's a little weird if it's dark out and he has the hat and shit on and the jacket, but once he takes it off and his head extends and shit, that is pretty terrifying to look at.
Yes, but he might have a higher urban legend, but probably only that town. It doesn't really show that he would do much outside of it. He probably could reasonably if he wanted to.
Does he have wings or not? I think he does.
I think it depends on the movie because they add more as the movies go on.
But so I would like to note, he picks up basically that whole bus in that one movie.
And he can do it in a pretty short span of time. But he may be hard to stop, maybe all these things. But he does have that whole thing where it takes a long time for him to actually ever do anything.
I mean, though, maybe you can scooch on by him if not coming after you. But if he is indeed coming after you, that may be a little bit of you're fucked.
Okay, but we've only seen like school buses of children he go after, and like younger people, and like one or two older people. We never really saw him invade towns and like what a town would do. Cause like he's not very discreet. He doesn't care. He would just go into the town. We don't see him go after someone who's sleeping or anything like that. He is only going after people he physically really sees, that I remember. So I don't think the average person would have much to worry about. I guess we have to go by the standard of you're in his sight line, and he is, but I don't know. I think he kind of is easy to avoid, especially if you...
He has the Jaws limitation. He, not only with the years, but also he is not nationwide like some of these other killers could and have been.
Yeah, we haven't really ever seen him leave that one small town, which, I don't know.
We also haven't seen a third movie.
We also, a lot of people could gang up on him, I think, quite easily.
He has the axe, and he has other weapons at his exposure, though.
But he was stopped.
But if you do see, remember in the first movie, his whole little cave with all the dead bodies? He has a kill count.
Yes, his kill count is pretty high. But he can be stopped, and the only thing you have to do is wait until that year type of span. And also, if you're being logical, wouldn't the average person, say you stopped him, say you found his body beforehand, we have to go by that standard. Because what if you, like, oh, today you have to go against the creeper, but by the way, he isn't awake for another 2 years. You know, you can easily, like, chain him up, throw him into the bottom of the ocean. Like, there's a lot of ways you can easily avoid him. You basically just have to kind of avoid him for one night, which, yes, I guess might be hard, but at the same time, it could be really easy. We've never seen him go against, like, a Mercedes-Benz or something like that. We've seen, like, a broken-down bus.
Oh my god, I want a fucking Fast and the Furious movie starring the creeper.
He might have a lot of powers, though, but we don't really see those in tests. I think he might have to just be with Jaws.
That's what I was thinking, too. Especially because, like, a lot of his limitations hinder him just like Jaws.
Because also, I believe it's only one night, not even the full day. Like, so, say you put him in somewhere far away.
Alright, now this is like him come after you, though. You're face to face with him. I think you're fucked. But if you do have a distance on him, or anything like that, or you know he's coming after you today, I think you could be well off.
Because, like, Freddy can kill you throughout the night. Like, basically, if Freddy's in your dreams, you're fucked. You can avoid it, I think. B tier. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's gonna take a long time to edit this one.
Definitely.
But I hope you enjoy it. If you want to see a part 2 where we do more characters, let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like the video and make sure to subscribe to join the circus, but we're okay. Because we are badass. Halloween's around the corner, so I hope you guys enjoy your Halloween. And hey, these may not be the scariest characters, especially on the low end, but these are some good movies to watch around the season and in general.
I'm Birdman and The Raven.
I'm your KKW champion Birdman. Have a good night.